Ramadan begins. Another terror threat dominates the headlines. Of course, bombs blowing up in mosques. It's another black eye for Muslims worldwide who are trying to fight the image that extremists really represent their religion.
Robert Spencer is the author of the Politically Incorrect Guide to Islam and the Crusades, and he joins us from Boston. Robert, thanks for being here. So there's always confusion about Islam. Is it a religion of violence or peace?
Well, this is the great politically correct falsehood that is taught everywhere, that Islam is a religion of peace that's been hijacked. Islam is actually unique among the religions of the world in having a developed doctrine, theology, and legal system that mandates warfare against unbelievers. And this is what moderate Muslims have to face and reject forthrightly and honestly if there's really going to be an end to violence committed in the name of Islam.
Muhammad in particular, this guy made his name in war.
Yes, he was a warrior prophet. He taught that the Muslims had to meet the unbelievers in battle and invite them to accept Islam or second-class status under Islamic rule, or there would be war.
So not the Jesus way of getting apostles winning people over with speeches, and
no, hardly.
Or the Gandhi way. If they don't believe, kill them.
Well, kill them or subjugate them. The Quran in chapter 9, verse 29, and Islamic tradition and law allow for Jews and Christians to practice their religion in the Islamic State, the same kind of Islamic State that Osama bin Laden and Zawahiri and Zarqawi want to establish today. They can practice their religions, but under only severely restricted circumstances with all manner of institutionalized discrimination. It's a funny thing that many people point to this as a great sign of tolerance and mutual respect, when actually there's no sense of universal dignity or universal rights in this scheme of things, but only a decidedly second-class status for Christians and Jews.
So do you reject the notion that the terrorists are bastardizing Islam?
Right, they are not. They are obviously not all Muslims are terrorists, and not all Muslims endorse the terrorist perspective. However, the terrorists are working from a broad tradition within Islam, and the sooner this is recognized by Muslims and non-Muslims, the sooner that both people of goodwill in both camps will be able to find positive ways to deal with it.
Well, you point out the history of Muhammad, his biography here, compared to Jesus, not saying who's right or wrong, but just comparing and contrasting. Tell me about the Battle of Badr, B-A-D-R, and how it compares to what's happening today.
Well, this is a decisive battle in early Islamic tradition. It's a battle in which Muhammad, with a vastly outnumbered force, about 300 of his warriors compared to 1,000 of the pagan force that was fighting him, he prevailed. And this was considered to be a sign that Allah had blessed the Muslims and was going to prosper their cause. The same kind of thing, actually this battle itself, has been invoked many times in the modern age, particularly with the victory over the Soviets in Afghanistan, as a sign that Allah is blessing the jihad terrorists today and
if we were to leave Iraq, wouldn't that be another chapter? Wouldn't that be another example? If we were to leave Iraq, there they go again.
Oh, yes.
The outnumbered terrorists win.
Precisely, yes. And so these kinds of things are precedents. Muhammad's example is a precedent, and he is considered to be the perfect man. So the fact that he did pursue battles, order the assassinations of his enemies, have multiple wives, that kind of thing, it's not just a matter of history. He was a perfectly ordinary 7th century warrior, but his model is considered normative for all times by mainstream Islam, and this is why this kind of violence continues to recur.
Okay, Robert Spencer, author of the Politically Incorrect Guide to Islam and the Crusades. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you.
It's number 15 on the bestseller list, and so many people have so many questions about Islam because most of us don't grow up with the Quran. A lot of the answers can be found here, not in opinion, but in text and in quotes.